I can't keep doing this to myself. I'm exhausted.
Can't you grab a nap at work?
Not with that big glass window looking out onto the hall. And I love a good nap. Sometimes it's the only thing getting me out of bed in the morning.
Hello, and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinny.
My name's Matt.
I have to thank you, my friend, because we're recording today. You informed me that Jerry Seinfeld's Netflix special, Jerry Before Seinfeld, was coming out, and you said, hey, can you watch it before we record? And I was like, yeah, whatever. Let me go watch him slice this fat bastard up. And sure enough, I watched it this morning, and I was tickled. I was enthralled. It was such a wonderful trip down memory lane, and I had a smile on my face the whole time, and I got chills at certain moments in the special. I don't know. Did you watch it? I hope.
Yeah, I watched it actually this morning as well.
It was so good. It was so f***ing good.
Vinny.
Oh my! I'm sorry, but it was awesome. It brought me back to like why I love Jerry Seinfeld, and it had all the his old jokes that we've seen in features, behind the scenes things, as well as stuff he's done on the show, stuff he's done in stand-up cold opens, and then you saw like footage of him growing up as a young boy. He was very cute as a young kid. I don't have enough good things to say about it. So, Netflix, free plug this week. If you don't have it,
you're welcome.
Subscribe and watch Jerry Before Seinfeld because it is so good.
I agree, man. It was fantastic. I'm really excited to see more of like this Jerry Netflix relationship grow.
Whatever they're paying him, they should double it.
Okay.
It was so good.
He doesn't have to worry about money. He's okay.
That's true.
Yeah, the special, just based on the title, Jerry Before Seinfeld, is really about kind of like a mix of his upbringing in Massapequa with some of his earlier material, stuff from the Carson days. And, I actually don't know how people are familiar with Jerry's old stand-up because, other than the stuff on Seinfeld, I assume they watched this live, right? Like in the 80s or early 90s. Since Jerry doesn't really have any albums out there.
He's got one which has some of the jokes you saw kind of make an appearance in the special from I'm Telling You for the Last Time, as well as some of the cold opens from Seinfeld. And then now with his website, the Seinfeld Archives, he does post little, 3-minute, 4-minute clips, and they vary by decade. So
sure.
There were things there that I'd never heard, but then there was also some things that I was like, yep, that's a classic, but a goodie. And he even found some ways to reinvent the jokes. He'd add in a new line or do something different that made it so fresh. And I really got the sense that he was enjoying himself on stage. He wasn't going through the motions. I told these jokes 1,000 times. He was like having a great time. Like I think it was as touching for him as it was for us to watch it as an audience.
Oh, definitely. You could tell that he was enjoying himself, and man, I wonder what that audience did to be there.
Exactly.
Well, the whole premise of this stand-up, not only showing home videos from Jerry's childhood, but he would actually talk about his, early career as a stand-up and what it was like going to New York, moving to New York, living in I think he said a 15 square foot apartment.
15 by 15, yep.
Performing at the comic strip on the Upper East Side, which is where the stand-up special takes place. It's great. He talks about his first jokes, about being left-handed. I don't know if you had heard that joke before, Vinny.
I had not. And as a fellow lefty, I was left speechless.
So it's really cool just to, I don't know, fans of the show, of the podcast, I think can tend to hold these comedians up, so high. The special kind of brought Jerry back down, I feel like, and just made him feel like an ordinary guy.
Yeah, the way he explains his dream of becoming a stand-up and how he found, the average 9-to-5 life, he found that boring. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to do stand-up, and sure enough, he achieved it. I kind of lost my train of thought, but what I wanted to say, it was like a legendary stand-up special, and being lifelong Seinfeld fans, we don't have a lot of Jerry stuff to feed on. We really just have his show, his album, and then a little bit of Comedians in Cars. So to see a modern special in HD in 2017, it was such a treat. Like I'm busting right now.
Right on, man. Well, I'm glad to hear it. And listeners, if you haven't checked it out, it's on Netflix. It just, I think, went live on Tuesday the 19th. So it'll be up there indefinitely. And looking forward to more stand-up specials. I guess he has one more under contract. And those Comedians in Cars episodes. Those are also something to look forward to.
Will it be called Jerry After Seinfeld?
I'm not, I mean, it might. Why not, right?
All right, on with the show.
Okay. Well, before we do that, actually, Vinny, just wanted to bring up that the Emmys were this past Sunday, September 17th, and Veep received its third consecutive win for Outstanding Comedy Series. No surprise, Julia won her sixth Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series, portraying Selena Meyer. Right now, she has 8 Emmys for acting, 3 for producing. When will the madness end? It's insane. And she's currently tied with Cloris Leachman for the most primetime Emmy wins with 8. So it's
Cloris. That's a good name to rhyme with a female body part.
Cloris. The original name, yeah.
There it is.
So I didn't watch the Emmys this year.
That's really shocking because you're usually the awards guy, whether it's a betting pool you're in or just you got your picks, Matt's picks. But share the story.
Well, I'm losing interest in award ceremonies in general. I used to watch the Oscars every year, and I tune in every once in a while, but I'll only watch the Emmys if it shows up that I really love, that I really care about. And at this point, if I were a betting man, I was like, yeah, they're going to give it to someone else. It won't go to Julia. It won't go to Veep. Let someone else enjoy the win. Mm-hmm. And when I saw, that they had won again, it just, I don't know, I have like a mix of emotions. On one hand, I'm really happy, and it's great that Julia's going to kind of, set the bar for wins. But on the other hand, I'm kind of like, all right, we've been here before.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been there, done that.
Do you feel that way, or do you just not care about awards?
I haven't watched the awards in years. I really only care when I was a kid, kind of getting into all these shows. So don't care, but happy for Jules. It's funny, when I think about Veep, though, I don't think about her as being like the standout star. I think of it as an ensemble kind of comedy where like Tony Hale is great, right. Matt Walsh, everybody in that show comes together. It's like an Arrested Development, but on HBO. But I'm just happy that one of our own from Seinfeld is still kicking it.
Sure. But once again, much deserved. I think we've heaped enough love on Julia over the years. We can maybe criticize a 6th Emmy win.
You're ugly.
You are.
You are.
That's what you think.
That's what I know.
All right. Nicely done. Vinny, what episode do we have this week?
We are discussing the 18th episode of Season 8, The Nap, written by Greg Cavett and Andy Robin, directed by Andy Ackerman, and originally aired April 10th, 1997.
I heard a little whimper back there.
I don't know if he has to go out.
Is that the K-Man?
That's the K-Man.
Hey, what's he doing? Anything good in the fridge? Any popsicles? All right, Vinny, I think, is going to take care of Kramer. In the meantime, I'm going to talk about a little trivia for this week. Some inspiration. Let's talk about sleeping under the desk. Love this premise. I think a lot of people can relate to this, at least the urge to want to take a nap while they're at work. Greg Cavett, one of the writers, worked at a Boston consulting firm before he got a job on Seinfeld. And people would work up to 80 hours. It was insane. And a guy he worked with was able to actually crawl under his desk and nap there for 2 hours a day. He would be the first one in the morning, last one to leave at night. So he really had a great system worked out here. He was apparently so good at hiding under his desk that one of the partners would come looking for him, leave a note on his desk just saying, hey, check in with me when you're back.
While he was under the desk.
Right. I think that's incredible.
It's Costanza.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, can I take him out real quick? Because he's really whining. He's uncomfortable.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we'll take a short break.
Say you're getting tired of lettuce and tomato hamburgers in this town that don't quite make it? Yeah! You say that just once you'd like your hamburger hot and your lettuce and tomato cool and crisp all at the same time? Yeah! Well, I say you got it. I'm talking McDonald's new lettuce and tomato hamburger, the McDLT. I'm talking quarter pound of beef on the hot side.
And the hot stays hot.
The new McDLT.
Hot, hot.
Crisp lettuce and tomato on the cool side.
And the cool stays cool.
The new McDLT.
Cool, crisp.
The beef stays hot, the cool stays crisp. Put it together, you can't resist. The hottest taste, the coolest dish.
Keep it hot, hot. Keep it cool, cool. McDLT, McDLT. Hot beefy McD. Cool crisp LT. McDLT. It's a good time. Hot beefy McD.
For the great taste,
Cool crisp LT.
of McDonald's. Could be the best tasting lettuce and tomato hamburger ever.
New McD. LT.
Okay, we're back. Vinny, how was the trip outside?
It was a very successful excursion.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's move back into some trivia here. Let's talk about one of the guest stars this week, the character rather, Conrad, or Connie, or Con.
Thank you.
He is based on a real person, Stan Asko, who was the show's prop master. Had a lot of work to do each episode, getting sets and scenes ready. But he would actually make a little too much work for himself and those around him by offering too many suggestions, right? If the script called for a spoon, he would give 20 spoons, 20 options, and ask people, all right, which one should we use? And it kind of got under Jerry's skin. So the character of Conrad was sort of, directed at that frustration.
This is something I never knew, that it was based on a real life crew member of the show. But I got to say, I side with Stan. I want to give you options to make the best spoon possible.
So after this episode, you see how Conrad comes off. You're still sticking with you want this or you want this?
I feel like, we'll talk about it, but I feel like Conrad got kind of shat on a little bit. And I like that he sticks up for himself at the end.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Kramer arc this week, or at least the filming of the swimming scenes in the East River. That was actually filmed in a tank at Universal Studios. You can imagine, Vinny, like the tank from, I don't know, Ace Ventura, right? Where
That's what I'm thinking of. Same thing.
You got Michael, kind of swimming in place, and they brought in extras to swim past him. The only issue is that it's so small, you can see the edge of the tank. So with, some digital effects, they were able to add the ocean, fill in the background.
It looks wonderful, though. There's a little bit of a line you see between the actual, blue screen, or the CG, what they added in, and then the actual tank. But for 1997, phenomenal work.
I think it looks great. There was a slightly different Kramer storyline this week. He was always going to be swimming in the East River, but I love this, by the way. He would be swimming so often that he actually would grow barnacles or have barnacles attach themselves to him.
We're sea people now, yeah.
Which I just love. I think that's a great idea, like Kramer showering and then panicking, like, what is that? It's a barnacle. And also there was some storyline. So the newspapers were going to be reporting that the manatees are back. I don't know
Did they ever leave?
I don't know if there ever were manatees in around New York, but there were these reports that, oh my God, the manatees are back, or there are manatees around New York, and everyone was getting really excited, but it just wound up being Kramer being confused for a manatee.
So like a Bigfoot kind of thing. Or
Yeah, I love that. All right. Anyways, let's move on to something a little more interesting here. This is the first appearance, Vinny, of Larry David since he left the show.
I think that's why I'm in such a good mood this week, because I know LD's coming back.
Yeah, as George Steinbrenner. He's only going to return for 3 more episodes. But I think it's pretty exciting. It's been, 18 episodes or so since we last... when did we last see Steinbrenner? I've got my list here. The Bottle Deposit.
Yeah.
In season 7. Yeah, May of 1996. So it's almost been a year.
Not only do we have the return of Big Stein, but probably in the largest quantity will consume him. He plays a huge part of this episode.
And he has some of his best lines this week, which I can't wait to get to with you.
I agree.
But before we do that, Larry David really is George Steinbrenner, but you wouldn't have the whole package without Lee Baer as the body of George Steinbrenner. So listeners don't know, Lee Baer's the figure, the body, and he would act out all of the movements, and Larry was just off camera with a microphone reading the lines, and they would sort of work off each other. Now, Lee Baer appeared as the body of Steinbrenner in 10 episodes, except for the opposite, when you see his silhouette on the wall. I don't know the name of the actor then.
Okay.
But Steinbrenner was played by someone else in 2 episodes. This episode, The Nap, and in a few weeks with The Millennium. Now, I never knew that this guy named Mitch Mitchell came in
Frankly, it sounds made up.
to fill in for Lee Bear, and I didn't notice a difference. Maybe it's because we haven't seen Steinbrenner in so long.
Nor did I. And although now that I know this is a different actor playing the body, I noticed this Stein appears more physical. He's running around. He's diving under desks. We always see Lee Bear just sitting and waving his hands back and forth. From what the writers said, they actually liked Mitch Mitchell's portrayal a lot, and they ended up sticking with him and brought him back for the Millennium episode. Apparently, Lee Bear had a scheduling conflict, and he was out of town, so that's why they had to recast George Steinbrenner's body.
Right, so Lee Bear will return in The Muffin Tops, which I think is the episode after the Millennium, and then we won't get him again until the finale. But
I mean, to Seinfeld fans, we all know Lee Bear is Steinbrenner.
Of course, but once again, Mitch Mitchell this week does a great job.
Is Mitch short for Mitchell? So is he Mitchell?
Oh yeah, it's like a Billy D. Williams thing, right? Like
yes.
William Williams.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds pretty good. I think we nailed
Excellent show, everyone.
All right, let's get started. First scene of the episode, the cold open. We're at that cafe, which I always consider to be Java World.
Let's go with it.
All right, so we're at Java World, and George and Jerry are talking about how manslaughter is the least serious murder charge. Literally, the slaughter of a man, but also the most socially acceptable form of murder. What alternate names did they come up with here?
Inadvertent life ending. Unintentional snuff out. How about I can't believe it's not murder? That last one's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one. But other than that, a pretty forgettable cold open.
Yeah, has nothing to do with the show, so they just shoehorned it in there.
Can you think of any other, forms of manslaughter on the show?
Manslaughter, so we got to think of...
Like Susan, is that maybe?
That's an inadvertent life ending, yeah. Manya died. I guess we got to think of all the deaths. Susie. They eliminated Susie.
Oh, also recently Brett from the Czechs. I think he died, didn't he?
He did flatline. Yes, we heard his EKG.
There's a lot of them. Someone should compile a list. Someone else out there, not us.
Yes.
All right, first scene of the episode, we're at Monk's. Jerry, George, and Elaine are out for breakfast. George was up until 4 a.m. watching the Omen trilogy. They start discussing Damien. Was he the devil's son, the devil's helper?
It's pretty scary for a helper.
Did you ever see the Omen movies?
Me? Too scary.
Being raised Catholic, I thought that might be your cup of tea.
I never got into anything scary, so I've only seen, I've seen The Shining. I've seen, I guess, more thriller maybe, or horror, I guess. But only a couple scary movies I've actually sat down to watch.
The Shining got brought up this weekend with Liz and some friends, where we were saying, we should get together and watch some horror movies for Halloween, and none of them like really scary movies. And Liz is like, well, what about The Shining? And they're all like, oh yeah, that would be a good one. Am I the only one who's terrified of that movie? Like,
that one I can tolerate for some reason. Just that's because that's just one guy going bonkos. Whereas like It, I do want to see It, but that sounds very terrifying. Crazy clown after them, yeah.
Oh geez, yeah. I still rank The Shining as the scariest movie I've ever seen. I still can't watch that alone. Yeah.
So I can handle it. All right.
Yeah. George is so exhausted, so Jerry suggests grabbing a nap at work, but George can't with that huge window looking out into the hall.
Love a good nap. Sometimes it's the only thing getting me out of bed in the morning.
Good line. Well, George heads to work. Meanwhile, Elaine has plans to go on a stroll in the park with a gentleman caller named Hal. And the walking date, Jerry points out, is a good date. You don't have to look right at the person.
Hey, it's the next best thing to being alone.
Haven't, walking dates come up on Seinfeld before?
They've discussed, Jerry discussed it with George when he was going for a walk with Kelly in the park. I said a walk or something. Yeah, that's a date.
Oh, that's a date, yeah.
And then you can also add on to that the day date, no wine, no shower.
That's right. Yeah, okay, good. This all feels like familiar territory.
It does. I'm loving it.
Kramer enters carrying a satchel with wet hair. Shower?
No, pool.
Do you feel a callback of sorts here?
Are you referring to no haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was that the barber? No. It was an earlier episode than that.
I want to say the...
It was like season 1 or 2 where Jerry comes into the coffee shop and Elaine goes, "Hey, Jerry, haircut?"
No, shower. Yeah. Well, let's not even analyze it. How about Kramer and that flat head of his? The hair's all de-poofed.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's very unusual to see him without his classic fro.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kramer just swam 200 laps, and he's very proud of his pruny hands. Got me wondering, is this possibly the same pool where Ramon works?
It is possible since only Jerry and Newman's memberships were revoked. But as of now, Kramer's still on the up and up.
Right on. And also, I was crunching some numbers. I don't know if this interests you.
Here comes the
50-meter laps. Basically, I think he was averaging about 45 seconds each lap because in some deleted dialogue, he said he swam for 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. Which I know sounds insane, but that's what, like when I used to swim in high school, that's what our practices were.
Really? Oof.
Yeah. We started at like 3:30, went to 6.
See, now I would be the one to sink like a stone.
Yeah, we haven't gone swimming yet. What's that all about?
I got a complex.
Well, I want to recreate that, the montage moment from Rocky 3 when Stallone and Weathers are running down the beach and they all start splashing each other.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Okay. And we might have to go in the water then.
Okay.
Well, one last storyline here. Jerry is getting new kitchen cabinets, and the work has been slow since the carpenter, is that the right term for Conrad? This guy needs Jerry's thoughts on every little decision. So before we leave the scene, Elaine asks Kramer, "Hey, in The Omen, what exactly was that kid?"
Damien? Nothing. Just a mischievous, rambunctious kid. And if you watch Elaine's expression, right as they end that scene, she's completely dismissing Kramer's response.
Oh, really?
It's nice. Yeah, she's like, you want to talk about the Antichrist? Let's talk about Problem Child.
Oh,
featuring Michael
Junior?
Richards. Yeah, Junior.
And the cousin of the guy who plays the butler.
There we go.
All right, next scene, we're in George's office. George is asleep at his desk, snoring while this giant book is propped up to block anyone from seeing. But Wilhelm stops by briefly and, hey, needs that book he's using. So after he leaves, George just looks under his desk and realizes, there's a lot of space under there.
Well, a couple things. Yeah, so it looks very intriguing under that desk, doesn't it? Wilhelm came in asking for the American League directory, and it was huge since the Yankees are in the American League. But I love that Wilhelm says, "Oh, thanks, kiddo." I just love when people call each other kiddo. My dad always called me that when I was a kid. But I like that, this mentor-protege relationship. Wilhelm seems to have a soft spot for old Georgie boy.
Yeah, Wilhelm, for the most part, is always, like, chipper.
Yeah, he was chipper. He's merry.
All right, let's cut over to Central Park. Elaine and Hal are on their walking date.
Twinkies aren't cooked?
It looks cooked. It's dark on the bottom.
That's just the way it is. It's a substance.
Well, I don't care. They're delicious. You want to sit down?
Oh, I don't sit on park benches. They're very bad for the back.
Really?
I threw my back out about 15 years ago. Ever since, I've been very careful. I buy all my furniture at an ergonomic store.
Oh, those places have the stupidest names. Like Back in Business or Good Vertebrations.
Not this one. It's called the Lumbar Yard.
Excellent scene, excellent pun. For some reason, this is very memorable for me. From the opening with the Twinkies not being cooked, that's a great opening line by Hal. So he's already killing this day date. And then these puns, which apparently were contributed by Alec Berg, Back in Business, Good Vertebrations. And I think Lumbar Yard is probably my favorite.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
What is the deal with this Hal fella? Because he doesn't appear to ever smile or crack a joke. I almost feel like we should be setting him up with Sandy from The Switch.
Right, the roommate who never laughs.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So he's a very serious fella.
Yeah, and just a bit dull. There's like nothing memorable about him.
A big dull dud, yes. Hal is played by actor Vince Grant, who was in Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, as well as Dreamgirls. What What else we got? There wasn't a different opening for this scene in which Elaine says, I've seen every episode of Hawaii Five-0 they ever made. And Hal says, aren't there some lost episodes? And Elaine replies with, no, they found them. So even she is, nice little back and forth between them.
All right, let's move over to Jerry's apartment. Jerry is reading the paper while Conrad is working in the kitchen.
Hey, Jerry. Jerry, are you okay with this hinge?
Yeah.
Because I can get you any kind you want, 4 holes, 2 holes, bronze, no hinge at all.
Why don't we just go with the one in your hand?
Well, these are different.
Drop one. Left.
Jerry? Look at my eyes.
A little less beady today.
Because I'm refreshed. I finally found a way to sleep in my office. Under the desk. Huh? I lie on my back, I tuck in the chair, I'm invisible.
Sounds like a really cool fort.
Hey, Jerry, do you want a flat edge on this molding, or do you want me to bevel it?
I tell you what I'd like you to do with it.
Conrad, is it?
Conrad, Connie, or Con, whatever you prefer.
Listen, let me ask you a question. Could you expand the space underneath the desk, give it a little more headroom?
Georgie's kind of tied up here.
What? It would have to be a night job anyway. You don't normally work after dinner, do you?
There is no normal. Whatever Jerry wants. He wants me here late, I'm here late. He wants me here early, I'm here early. He wants me here...
Why don't you just work on George's project for a while?
Whatever you want.
So there we have it. Conrad, Connie, or Con.
Mm-hmm.
I like this guy. I like how amenable he is. He wants to make Jerry happy, and yet Jerry, whatever, pick one yourself. My question for the first one I have for Conrad is, what is it? 4 holes, 3 holes, 2-hole hinge, bronze, no hinge at all. If you do no hinge at all, how do you open the door?
Maybe it's like there's like a track, maybe like you pull it out.
Oh, get out of here! You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Stephen Lee plays Conrad, Connie or Con. He passed away in 2014, unfortunately. He was in movies such as The Negotiator, Burlesque, and War Games.
I think we brought up his passing on an early episode of Seincast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we had started the show, and I don't know how that got...
2014, yeah.
I don't know how that got trending. Maybe it was on Reddit or something, but yeah, it made me really sad because I was just thinking when we started this show, wow, how many other Seinfeld actors are we going to lose along the way?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really, like you said, I really like this character. I don't think he's as memorable as, your soup Nazis or your, Lieutenant Bookmans, these really over-the-top characters. But there's a lot of mannerisms he has this week that I use in day-to-day life. Mainly the scene we'll get later with, like this?
Yeah, like this.
More like this.
He's definitely a fun single-shot character.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Do you feel bad for him in the scene? Is he a little irritating? Is he...
I see where he's coming from, but he's just trying to do the best job he can. So it's a shame that he's trying to go all out for Jerry, and Jerry's already a little irritated with him.
Right. It seems like there needs to be better communication here. Like Jerry saying, listen, man, I don't care. Actually, if you hire someone to do this, you'd think you'd pick everything out beforehand. But
one would think, yeah.
But
he's
if Jerry
a thorough
really,
contractor.
If Jerry really doesn't care, just tell that to the guy, unless he's not listening.
Well, he's much more comfortable criticizing people behind their backs. Thus is the Seinfeld way.
Mm-hmm. Well, later on, Jerry's on the phone with Elaine, and it seems like her date with Hal was, so-so, but he's coming over later to watch a movie, and she wonders, what's better for the back, couch cushions or a folding chair?
Maybe they'll just stand and watch the TV.
Do you think they're watching The Omen? I was wondering, that would be a nice callback.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
All right, let's say that.
All right. Well, there's a knock at the door, and some delivery guys from the lumbar yard drop off a mattress. Who sent it? One Hal Kitzmiller.
Oh, my. That's a little presumptuous.
Mm-hmm. Love that last name, Kitzmiller.
Yes.
While maybe a forgettable character, one of the best names, I think, on Seinfeld.
You got that straight. Kitzmiller was the name of a childhood friend of writer Greg Cavett, and he hadn't seen this guy since they were kids. And after this episode aired and Kitzmiller had been mentioned so many times, the childhood friend of Greg's tracked him down and thanked him. He's like, he's so happy to have his name mentioned in an episode. So
pretty cool
little story.
Mm-hmm.
in this scene, we are introduced to a delivery guy. He's played by actor Angelo Tiff, and I only bring him up because he was in Sour Grapes, Larry David's movie. He played a chauffeur.
There's actually a deleted scene for this episode that features the delivery guys again. And either then or in this scene, he looks like Buckles.
He does. It's this scene when the door swings open. I had to do a double take because I did think it was Pat Buckles at one point. Pat Buckles, everybody.
Well, let's cut over to George's office, where George and Conrad are meeting after work hours.
You think it might be possible to add a little shelf, like, for an alarm clock?
What about maybe that big?
I don't know, maybe like this.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I can do that.
Great. This could sound crazy, but what do you think about adding a drawer for, like, a blanket?
Blanket or a quilt?
Blanket.
About that thick?
Maybe like this.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
That's what you want?
That's what I want.
So maybe irritating for some listeners. I just love this. The whole like this, more like that. I could do that all the time.
Very fun. And then like blanket or a quilt, you gotta specify because those are gonna dictate the dimensions that Conrad's gonna put in there.
I mean, you do have to be pretty specific here since it's such a small space,
and you only have so much room to work with. But I gotta say, for a storyline for George, perfect execution. It's like already we're on a great track to start this episode.
Yeah, I think this is one of the best storylines post Larry David for George at least. Anyways, turns out Conrad worked through the night. It's early in the morning as he's finishing up, and George couldn't look more irritated. He was so happy before, but by this point, he's just like, finished up already. And what does Conrad ask? He's like, hey, you want this cup holder mounted on the left or the right or the middle?
Whatever.
So Conrad finishes up, he leaves, and Mr. Wilhelm passes by, gives George a good morning. And George returns the greeting, stretches, and climbs under his desk. So we're not going to see him for a while. Let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. Kramer bursts in.
I got pool problems, Jerry.
What happened?
Well, I had been swimming for 3 hours, and I was in a real groove, so I decided to keep going. But at 10, they start the aqua size. 35 geriatrics throwing elbows. It's like I was swimming through a flabby-armed spanking machine.
Well, how long did that last?
Half hour. Then diving class started. Well, that got a little messy. I gotta find a new place to swim. Because that pool can't hold me, Jerry.
How was the movie?
I canceled. Hal sent a mattress to my apartment. The nerve of that guy.
Why?
He's got a back problem.
So you think he was expecting a role in the support of Hay?
After one date.
What's that guy's last name again?
Kitzmiller.
Oh, that's right.
So what are you going to do with the mattress?
I don't know. Chuck it?
Oh, wait, no. I'll take it. Yeah, why don't you come over? Let's see if it'll fit in my bedroom.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, because my old one sprung a leak.
You have a waterbed?
Sand. It's like sleeping on a beach.
Hey, how's it
Hi,
going?
Con.
Hi, Jerry. I'm sorry I'm late. George and we've been up all night long. I can make up the time to you any number of ways.
How about this? Finish this thing up today!
Couple questions for you.
No! No more questions! Just figure it out for yourself and get it done!
All right, Jerry. But I can figure it out myself any way you want.
Just do it!
Dynamite line delivery by Jerry Seinfeld, ladies and gentlemen.
Another great line to quote in everyday life.
Did you notice Kramer, comes in, he's got his pool problems. He then lays on the couch, and I couldn't help but notice he is wearing flip-flops.
Oh, yeah, probably throughout the episode.
Yeah, so you're seeing his bare dogs barking.
Oh, boy.
And there is some classic Kramer, / Michael delivery in this scene, which I know you love. We've done it in college. We do it to this day. After one date, what's that guy's name again? Kitzmiller.
Oh, that's right.
There it is.
One of we say this every week, but this is one of those Kramer lines. Yeah, I must have brought it up every day in college. I don't know.
Yeah, they stick with you. They stick with you, Jerry. They fester.
That was a weird kid.
And there's more coming in this episode, so stay tuned.
I love that. Like, why is Kramer interested in this guy?
Hey,
oh, that's right.
He reads VCR manuals. He's a jack of all trades, like Da Vinci. Now, Elaine inquires with Kramer because his old bed sprung a leak. You have a water bed? Sand. It's like sleeping on the beach, which got me thinking. Kramer, over the course of the series, has had quite the fascination with beaches. Mm-hmm. He hits golf balls at the beach. He wants to smell like the beach. He even watches beaches, for God's sakes. You are the wind beneath my wings. All right. Okay. Any other beach? I think he pulls lobsters.
Lobsters
out of lobster traps.
Well, that whole montage in the Hamptons, he's like got his metal detector. He's impersonating lifeguards.
He saw Jane topless.
Moves to L.A. He probably enjoyed some beach weather there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, good point. I mean, Kramer in general, and this is probably Michael Richards, looks like a beach guy. He's always got that tan. And...
Mm-hmm. Oh, he roller skated down the boardwalk in L.A.
Venice Beach, yeah.
California girls. Wouldn't it be funny if Nike saw this episode and then they teamed up with Jerry to be the slogan guy for a couple of commercials?
Just do it. All right, let's cut over to George's office. George is sleeping under his desk when he's woken up by a visitor.
Costanza? Where's Costanza? Excusez-moi. Have you seen Costanza?
I've seen him around.
He was humming this song yesterday. I can't seem to get it out of my head. I gotta know the name of that. She's a heartbreaker, love taker, brew baker, run this person like a man. Oh. Something like that. Very catchy tune. Very, very catchy. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and wait for that guy. What is this, people? The most beautiful people. Connie Selica. Nothing wrong with that, huh?
Nothing wrong with that indeed, Big Stein. And there it is. We have the return of Larry David and Mitch Mitchell.
The debut.
As the duality of George Steinbrenner. So happy he's back.
Yeah, this is sort of stuck in your craw, hasn't it, since Larry left? Any reference to Steinbrenner is usually vague.
I was very sensitive about it, and I'm sorry for that. But yeah, it's so nice to hear that. Oh, that voice. Woo! It's so nice to have him back. And God, the dialogue they gave him this week was so good. Rebecca, run this person like a man. Oh. Oh, it's so fun. I was singing Heartbreaker to myself this morning.
Oh, yeah. It's a work in progress, but I'm creating a Seinfeld soundtrack, and I was very happy to add Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar to that, thanks to this scene. What's the meaning behind that line, Brew Baker, run this prison like a man?
You forgot the oh. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Was there a Brew Baker affiliated with the Yankees that you know of, at least? I mean, we're not.
No, this is beyond my scope here.
All right, so
because then the next line that we're gonna hear is Shoemaker. What is it?
Oh, we'll get to it here. I don't have it in front of me.
I forgot. I was so fixated on remembering Brubaker, but we'll get the next line soon. So the writers felt they were, confident in the dialogue they had written for Larry, but yet they were still nervous with, the master coming back and having to read these lines. And
right, this is first time on set in almost a year.
Yeah. Even they equated it as like the professors coming back, to see the students, and they were unsure how he was going to react to having this dialogue handed to him. But sure enough, he seemed to love it. When he was doing the reads, he couldn't keep a straight face. He would laugh. And in the
I've got a great blooper to play later.
Okay, good. But Larry, as we've learned, he is very accustomed to doing. He would break during these reads, and even like on Curb now, we're seeing more footage of him laughing and breaking. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
good stuff.
Yeah, so let's just talk about some of these great quotes. Not only, saying the wrong lyrics, but I love the beginning. Excusez-moi.
Yes.
Great one. And at the end, I don't know why I love the most beautiful people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he mentioned someone, Connie, what is it, Selica?
Selica.
Wasn't familiar with this actress, but quick Google search She was one of the stars of that TV show I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, The Greatest American Hero, which, uses the song "Believe It or Not." Yeah.
So a little callback, if you will, subtle one.
Yeah, kind of. She was the female lead of that show.
Since she was in the most beautiful people, I couldn't help but take a peek.
Oh yeah,
I looked her up.
You peeked?
I peeked.
Oh boy, should we leave it at that or?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's good looking. She's very good looking.
All right.
And the scene, with Steinbrenner's triumphant return, it got me thinking. I like to have these little spin-off ideas, either back in the 90s when the show was going, or what the hell, bring it back today. We call it Big Steinfeld. We follow around Steinbrenner all day, see how he ran the Yankees in the 90s, but it only works if we keep I want Lee Bear. I don't want Mitch Mitchell. I want Lee Bear as my lead with Larry David. I want that dynamic still.
So why is it called Steinfeld?
Because that's where he got his start, and it's going to kind of take place within this world. You could bring back the secondary and tertiary characters of Seinfeld. None of the majors, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's great. Or you could do like a spinoff of his younger days, like as a kid growing up, and call it just, I don't know, Young Stein.
Lil Stein?
Lil Stein.
Would it still be from the behind the back point of view?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's cut over to Monks here. Elaine confronts Hal about the mattress implication, but he says that it was a misunderstanding, and he wanted her to have the comfort and support she deserves with a custom-designed mattress. He estimated her height and weight, 5'8", about 110 pounds. And Elaine is, for some reason, very flattered. I guess maybe the numbers are a little off.
It's the measurements. It immediately makes Hal back in business.
It's the nicest thing anyone has ever done for her.
She's so glad she kept it.
So I'm not good with weight. So 110 pounds, 5'8", no way.
No way, no.
Julia's like what, 5 feet, 5'1"?
Yeah, because Jason, I think, is like 5'5", 5'6". So that makes Julia like, I would say 5'1", 5'2".
Mm-hmm. But anyways.
But yeah, those are the ideal numbers, I assumed, that Elaine had in her head. So well done, Hal. What up, Hal?
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone knows that reference?
They damn well should.
All right, people are watching Curb. They should get it. Let's cut over to, I guess, the Seaport District. I guess that's what you call this. Just a little, like, south of the Brooklyn Bridge. A little boy is looking through, what do you call these things, Vinny?
You would know better than I would.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, it's not limited to New York. Any of those viewfinders, those metal viewfinders, you throw a couple of quarters in and you get to check out your surroundings. The wiki page calls them a tower viewer.
All right.
But there are, of course, it's Wikipedia. There's all these other alternate titles like coin-operated binoculars, observation viewer, outdoor viewer, scenic magnifier.
This is like the cold open again.
Stationary binoculars, viewmaster, viewfinder, viewing scope. But anyways, the boy is looking across the river while his father explains what he's seeing.
Over there, that's Brooklyn. That's where Spike Lee lives.
Hey, there's a man swimming in the water.
No, that's probably just a dead body, son. You see, when the mob kills someone, they throw the body in the river.
Okay. Interesting scene. You got two characters you've never seen before, father and son. And I guess it was merely to set up that Kramer's now swimming in the river.
Yes.
But what stands out to me most in this scene is the father, the father, who's played by Terry Rhodes. He's got a little Phil Hartman thing going.
Yeah, in his voice, right?
That's a dead body, son. But Terry Rhodes, he plays the father. He passed away in 2013. He was in Liar, Liar, The Day After Tomorrow. He was in Peter Melman's show, It's Like You Know, as well as Carol Leifer's show, All Right Already. But I can't help but hear Phil Hartman in his voice.
You're a big fan of Liar, Liar. Do you remember him in that movie?
I don't. It's been a year since I've seen Liar, Liar, but he plays a co-pilot. So maybe it's in the end when the kid's on the plane and what's his name? I don't forget his character. Jim Carrey's character gets on the runway, on the tarmac. But anywho, and then we have Kyle Sullivan who plays the son.
Anything he
was in The War at Home, which was a series on Fox a couple years ago with Michael Rappaport, and then Tuesdays with Morrie. He was young Morrie.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's a great. That was like a made-for-TV movie, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Jack Lemmon, and yeah. I don't know if this scene has aged well since. I don't know. I think Brooklyn is a lot different than it was back in 1997, but I do love that line, and it's the second mention of Spike Lee.
Oh, you're right.
Season.
I like it. Yeah, I not only like the Spike Lee reference, I like the mob reference, and I think we get a second mob reference in the show. But I guess to a non-New Yorker such as myself, I'm like, oh yeah, mob, body, swim with the fishes. Sure. I feel like that holds up.
Oh, right on. Oh, one last thing. The deal with Kramer in swimming in the East River that the little boy sees. Can you think of the last time we saw Kramer in a river?
Was he in a sack?
Yes. He was in the Hudson River, though, on the other side.
And who put him there? One Connie.
Oh, my God.
Connie.
It's all tied together. All right, let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. Kramer is excited to tell Jerry about swimming in miles of open lanes.
What is that smell?
East River, one of the most contaminated waterways, but Kramer argues that Norfolk has more gross tonnage, and he did see a few guys out there. Swimming?
Well, floating. They weren't moving much, but they were out there.
So Jerry heads into his apartment and takes a few minutes and takes a few...
Are you drunk?
Jerry heads into his apartment and takes a few moments to soak in the new cabinets. How do they look?
Well, if we start from the beginning, you know, Jerry walks in and you see this very huge, like where the island would be from ceiling to floor. It's taken up the entire region of his kitchen. And Jerry kind of peers from out of nowhere, perplexed at what this monstrosity that stands before him. But now they're like an oak-colored set of cabinets.
Also, the fridge has been moved, and it's sort of like where the stools used to be, and now the oven is there with like an overhead vent,
which is very low. The overhead,
and I guess where the fridge used to be, it's now like a huge cabinet. It's taking up so much more space. And what's the word everyone uses later?
Obtrusive.
It is obtrusive, yeah.
Thank you. There was going to be some deleted dialogue in which Conrad left a note for Jerry, and Jerry was going to read it. I didn't want to bother you with any more questions, so I made some decisions on my own. I left the bill on the refrigerator. And then Jerry was going to look for the fridge, but instead find the closet and say, where's the refrigerator? I wish I knew how to make GIFs, because I would do the one of Jerry peering out from nowhere, looking at this kitchen, but I don't know how. So I just wonder.
So it sounds like Conrad was a little bitter, after their just do it.
Well, Jerry pushes buttons.
So do you think Conrad did it because it looks good, or is he trying to screw Jerry over?
Well, it's funny. I always thought it was just him doing his job, because in a subsequent scene, Conrad will say, I don't get you, Seinfeld, meaning like, make up your friggin' mind. But now that you think of it, it could have been a revenge contracting gig now, because he's so upset with the way he's been treated. He makes the most, monstrous cabinet design possible. So I like that. Let's go with revenge.
Well, let's cut over to Elaine's apartment. Kramer returned the mattress Hal got for Elaine at, some point. And as she sits down to test it out, she's just repulsed by the smell.
Ooh, that smell.
Yeah, so I guess, did Kramer take a nap in it, or is it just like,
of course,
his essence?
No, he definitely took a nap. Remember, because Elaine put a stop to that long ago. I noticed you didn't mention that Elaine said, I guess I'll get my spare key from you later, which, I was all set to go off on a tangent about who's got whose keys and, who is the holder of the keys. But I have a feeling this was an isolated incident in which Elaine just lent her spare key. She wouldn't want Kramer to have 24/7 access to her apartment.
Yeah, sounds like it. And just, a couple of weeks ago in the pothole, remember George is like, yeah, my keys say do not duplicate.
There we go.
And I think Jerry mentions like a spare set. So, yeah, we haven't done a really good job of tracking keys throughout the seasons, but...
Well, we're not very good at our jobs.
Yeah.
If you look on Elaine's nightstand, there is that black and white picture of a woman who I assume is supposed to be her mother, but we've seen that same picture out in the her main room of her apartment, like on a little mantle. So it's kind of interesting that moves around, but I would guess that's her mother.
In real life or in the show?
In the show.
Right. So I wonder if that person in the frame is someone that Julia knew, like in real life.
Oh.
It might just be like a random stock photo, but...
Could be.
It's just so prominently featured, like why include it in all these shots?
Right. Well, it's like, what about when we see Newman's mother? Mother's Day.
Did we discuss this? Is that Newman in a wig or not?
We did, and it's not.
Okay. Let's cut over to George's office. He's still under the desk, hiding from Steinbrenner, who's just been waiting this entire time for George to show up.
Where the hell is this guy? I'm waiting here 3.5 hours for crying out loud. Should I go? No way, Jack. I'm not humming it to the guy at the record store again, I'll tell you that.
Mr. Steinbrenner?
That's what they call me.
Your grandchildren are here to see you.
Oh, well, send them in. Send the tykes in. Can't wait to see them. Hey, you little kids. Who are you people? Come here. How about a ride on the Stein Pony Express? Get up here. What's your name, Shorty? Mel? Are you Mel?
Hello.
Jerry,
I'm trapped under my desk. Steinbrenner's in the room. You gotta help me.
Who is this?
Jerry.
Hi.
Get away. One's gonna be trying.
Shh. Bye-bye. Shh. Get away.
Huh?
Hi, I'm Brian.
You girl?
Beat it, Brian. Burn up.
Why don't you just have him paged?
Because you see the extensions. Coming from right. Would you do something?
I wish I knew your name.
Call in a bomb threat.
A bomb threat? Why would I call in a bomb threat?
Just call.
I think I should have some reason.
Hey, you kids are up on all the new tunes. Tell me if this one rings a bell. Heartbreaker, Love Taker, Shoemaker, won't you fix my shoes for free? Huh? Anything? Shorty? Girl?
Mr. Steinbrenner, we just received a call. There's a bomb in the building.
A bomb in the building! Oh my God, quick, everybody onto the desk!
I noticed you're not giving me any Steinbrenner dialogue, which is okay. I appreciate that because I can't do them justice. The scenes, speak for themselves. Can we go through each wonderful Steinbrenner line?
Before we do that, can we just bring up another return of who is this?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, one of the Seinfeld tropes throughout the series.
Jerry.
Jerry.
There's a lot of
Jerry. Mm-hmm. Is that Mike Moffat under there?
Let's talk about Steinbrenner now.
So the secretary comes in, and Mr. Steinbrenner, that's what they call me. What is with the attitude on Big Stein? But I'll let it slide.
And do you think that's his secretary?
Sure.
She's kind of like wrangling his grandkids too, so.
That's true. Yeah. And then we got, send the tykes in. Send the little tykes in. Who are you? What's your name? Shorty? Mel? Are you Mel?
I never picked up on this. So if you listen to the dialogue, Steinbrenner doesn't know anyone's name.
That's what makes it such a humorous situation.
And then later he's
great.
like, hey,
Girl?
Kids, tell me if this one rings a bell. Yeah. Anything? Shorty? Girl?
And then we hear the second line in the Heartbreaker song that he's trying to suss out is Heartbreaker, love taker, shoemaker, won't you fix my shoes for free? Anything?
Won't you fix my shoes for free?
Mm-hmm. I also like earlier in the scene how Steinbrenner says, who are you people? How about a ride on the Big Stein Express? Yes. So he loves his grandbabies, but he doesn't know their names.
Mm. Oh, except for Brian. I'm Brian. Beat it, Brian.
Yes. He's very friendly and doesn't seem to be offended by George's beat it.
Now, let's talk about a little blooper here that I don't want to overhype. I just enjoy it because we don't have many bloopers featuring Larry David. So it's basically the start of the scene when the grandkids come in, and I don't know if Larry screwed up or what happened, but there's kind of a false start in this clip here.
I'm not humming it to the guy at the record store again, I'll tell you that.
Mr. Steinbrenner?
I think so.
Your grandchildren are here to see you.
Oh. I'm sorry. Take it back. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that Larry David laugh that you hear all the time in the Curb bloopers, but you don't really get on Seinfeld all that much.
Mm-hmm.
How does it go, Vinny?
It's almost a silent laugh, but you hear a little bit of a screeching. I'm sorry. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a great blooper. Anything else to talk about in that scene?
No.
All right.
Oh, I also like. Sorry, there is something. There's always something.
Every time.
Steinbrenner's debating. Should he stay? Should he go? No way, Jack. So maybe he knows Gary Fogel.
Some of Steinbrenner's lines are kind of hard to hear this episode because either he's mumbling or it's just a weird mix. He says after "No way, Jack," I'm not humming it to the guy at the record store again.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that.
So. Yeah, I guess he must have been wronged or made to feel small at the record store.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he went to, what was it, Bob's?
Oh, yeah, Bleecker Bob's.
Yeah.
But the guy who works there is Ron.
And he thought he was a total square. It's all coming together now. Heartbreaker, live in Honolulu.
All right, we get an act break, and we're back, or we're actually in Steinbrenner's office. George is having a little powwow, preparing for the worst, as his boss seems upset. There wasn't enough room under the desk for him and his babies.
Babies.
But instead of it being about taking a nap, Big Stein thinks George knew about the bomb threat ahead of time because he has ESP.
Quick, George, put a thought in my mind. Meatballs. Unbelievable. You're a wonder, George. Anyway, this terrorist had very specific demands. No more cheap adjustable hats for Hat Day. He wants fitted hats just like the players wear.
So there you go. Jerry, the terrorist bomber, wants fitted hats. Love that. But, dude, and you did a great job with it. Meatballs.
It's so fun.
And then there's this awkward transition. You're a wonder, George. Anyway.
It got real casual real quick.
Yeah, he is hot tonight. All right, let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. Elaine stops by and doesn't understand what the hell is going on, but Jerry seems to like the new cabinets, the new look to the apartment, and they duck down and try talking under the stove vent, but Elaine can't do it. Feels like she's selling movie tickets or something. So they move by the couch, and she learns that her mattress is all funked up because Kramer has been swimming in the East River between the Queensboro Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, great.
And, it's not really a get out moment, or I'm sorry, you don't hear get out, but it's a get out moment, isn't it? When Jerry tells Elaine about Kramer swimming in the East River, she kind of shoves him.
And his head hits up against the obtrusive counter cabinet thing.
I think it's like the back of, where the fridge is now.
I don't even know how to describe it.
It's
so big.
Ugly. It's just on that side of the apartment. It's just this big wall of brown wood.
And the fun thing is that, it is a set still, so you do see it wiggle back and forth. It's not that sturdy. I guess it's cheap Conrad craftsmanship going on there.
Let's get started with this scene, because this is a classic. Kramer enters.
Man, I'm on the wrong floor again.
Hey! Thanks for ruining my mattress. It reeks.
You know what I think it is? I think it's that East River. I think it might be polluted.
Well, you really did it to me this time, Seinfeld. What the hell happened here?
Hey.
Hey. Look how obtrusive it is.
It is obtrusive, isn't it?
It's very obtrusive.
I don't think it's that bad.
Well, can I get a stool in here?
No, the stools go over there.
Oh, no, that's no good. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm with Stinky. I'm going back to my place.
Fitted Hat Day? That's what you asked Steinbrenner for?
Hey, they're actually doing the fitted hats? Cool.
Guess who we put in charge of Fitted Hat Day? Me.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah, look at me. Now I gotta figure out the different head sizes of 59,000 different people. What if a pinhead shows up? I gotta be on top of that.
No knockoffs. I want the ones like the real players wear.
I got the fitted hats. I'm not doing it. And you're gonna call Steinbrenner back and cancel the whole thing.
Could you at least get a hat for me?
Fine. What size?
7 5/8.
7 5/8.
Why are you shouting?
I don't know. It's this place. I'm very uncomfortable here.
I do like how this plan of George's has now backfired on him, and now he's stuck with a monumental task, having to figure out the hat size of everyone at Yankee Studios.
Yes. And this is a line that I like using, especially when, I always wore adjustable hats, and I finally got the
Mets hat.
The Mets hat, and I'm like, I want one like the players wear.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was something I fixated on as a kid. Even before this episode came out, I was a huge Orioles fan, and I had the snapback hats, and then I always wanted a fitted hat like the players wear because it had the little MLB logo in the back, and I was always ashamed because of my gargantuan-sized head. That I had one of the larger sizes, even as a youngster. And when Jerry said what hat size he wanted, I no longer felt ashamed because we wore the same fitted hat size.
Oh, man.
7 5/8, baby.
I killed to be a 7 5/8.
Right? There is a blooper to accompany this scene. It's a tiny one, but at one point, in one blooper, Jerry says 5 7/8, and George is like, no, try again, because he knows it's clearly wrong.
Now, starting at the beginning of the clip, love Kramer's reaction. Oh, man, I'm on the wrong floor again.
Yeah, something about that is really sweet to me for some reason. It's very innocent.
And he gets sort of like spooked by both Jerry and Elaine.
Yes.
Like, oh,
he recoils twice. Hey, look at you. Yeah, look at me.
And, everyone gets a nickname here or there, Mogambo, Fatso. In this scene, Elaine calls Kramer Stinky.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
I'm with Stinky. I'm going back to my place.
Well, there's Stanky Hanky.
That's a good point, yeah. Now, they did not shoot this apartment scene in front of an audience because of the obtrusive set. It was really difficult to get the right angles, and I guess it just didn't work for a live audience. So this was not filmed in...
You probably wouldn't be able to see two of the characters because they'd be on the other side of that wall.
Right, that too. Mm-hmm. If you look at the set, I think they kind of changed Jerry's apartment a little bit. It looks like it's... bigger is one way to put it, but like the wall where the sink is... It looks like it's at a wider angle now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But some of my other notes, echoes of the janitor's closet from the pothole a couple of weeks ago. Everyone crammed into a little space.
That's right, yeah.
Also, both Jerry and George refer to their places, whether it's under the desk or the tight kitchen, as cozy. Mm-hmm. That's how they kind of like justify them.
Okay, cozy's good.
Mm-hmm. And I guess that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else from you?
No.
All right, let's cut over to Elaine's apartment. Before they head out, Hal wants to check on the mattress he bought Elaine, and it doesn't take long for him to notice the smell.
Oh, you know what it is? I went clamming the other day, and I forgot to hose off my boots.
Clamming?
Yeah, I clam and scallop. I clam and scallop. And pillage and plunder. I pillage and plunder.
Very good. I knew that sounded familiar, that delivery.
Yeah. It's with that Carl.
Yeah, you did not like that guy.
Not a fan. Still don't like him.
The cat from Sabrina.
Yeah. Carl.
All right. I notice when I edit, every time I transition to a new scene, I always say, all right, next scene.
Say, anyway.
We're in Steinbrenner's office. George stops by.
Yes, come in.
Sir,
Just got a call from the terrorist. I told him to call back here, if you have a moment.
Hey, Costanza, let me ask you something. Is it February or February? Because I prefer you-ary. And what is this rule?
Let me put that on speakerphone for you, sir.
Hello, bomber?
Yeah, this is a terrorist bomber.
You know, Costanza here's busting his hump on those hats.
Yeah, you know, about those hats, I think maybe I changed my mind.
You don't want them? They're gone. Goodbye.
Good thinking, sir.
Now, what do you want instead?
What?
Well, you're the terrorist. You gotta want something.
I guess it would be nice if you called all the ticket holders if a game is going to be rained out.
All right, George, you can handle that. Costanza, what the hell are you doing?
Well, now, we have to stand tough, sir. That's why I had to hang up the phone.
When someone's unstable, you don't stir the pot, George. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run around the stadium and close all the windows. That's what I'm doing, pal. And I'll tell you something else. I am very nervous.
So many things that we love about the scene. Steinbrenner going off on February versus February. Oh. I've often wondered that myself. Get that R out of there. You don't need it. Jerry's casual. Yeah, this terrorist bomber. As he's has a drink on the phone. What else do we like here?
You don't want them, they're gone. Goodbye. I think it's safe to say we love any bit of Steinbrenner dialogue, right?
Yes, we do. There was an alternate opening to the scene in which Steinbrenner would be working on a puzzle. And the only reason I bring this up because he said, I'm in the middle of the jumble. Squawk. What is that? Have I got it? Is that a word? But I love that there's the mention of the jumble, which we heard previously with the limo driver. You know what I like to do? I like to do the jumble in the lip reading.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anytime there's like a previous reference, gotta bring it up.
Yeah, so that alternate opening or that deleted opening actually goes with a lot of deleted material from this scene. It's, I think, about a minute or two long. There was going to be more demands from, if not Jerry, there was going to be like this little like competition between like George and Jerry. Like George wants his demand to be about like Reggie Jackson, like hiring Reggie Jackson to work for the Yankees or something.
Right.
Then it eventually worked its way to hats, and George would hang up on Jerry, or I'm sorry, he would like try to cover up the phone so Jerry couldn't hear him, and Jerry's like, I can hear you, and whatnot. But I'll try to find a clip on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's on there. Not worth playing on the podcast is all I'm trying to say.
There we go.
All right, well, next scene, we're on the street. Elaine is telling Hal how much she enjoys stuffed crust pizza, cheesy crust pizza. But Hal doesn't understand, it's just more cheese.
Hey, let me tell you something. It'll be years before they find another place to hide more cheese on a pizza.
What was the most recent, like, monstrosity that Pizza Hut created?
Oh, I know they had the crust that was, like, segmented, so you could eat, like, a little piece.
But
like
inside there was, like, pepperoni and cheese, right?
I don't know. It's been a while. This takes me back, though, because when stuffed crust pizza first came out, I was, like, hook, line, and sinker. I was in.
Sure.
I ate it backwards like they did, but it was so good back then.
All right.
My mom made homemade pizza, and she would take Polly-O string cheese and cut it in half and then put that. She made her own stuffed crust pizza.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Pretty jealous, George.
Excellent stuffed crust pizza you got there. Well, the two run into Kramer, and Elaine introduces him to Hal.
Hal Langerhans.
Kitzmiller.
Oh, Kitzmiller. That's right.
There it is again.
It's another one.
There was some great bit of trivia here. I didn't know if you knew this, but Andy Robin, one of the writers, his dad is an endocrinologist, and apparently Langerhans are part of the pancreas that like takes care of processing sugar.
Mm-hmm. When we discussed diabetes in pharmacy school, and we got to this portion where they mentioned the islet of Langerhans, a huge smile came over my face, and I'm looking around, and nobody else knew why I was doing it, but I appreciated it.
Oh man, I wish you could have just looked around and you lock eyes with another guy, and you're like, "Yeah, I get it."
Yeah.
Well, before Kramer heads to the pier for some swimming, Hal notices that awful smell from Elaine's mattress and gets suspicious when Elaine and Kramer have this flirty, jokey exchange about returning her spare key.
Okay.
Oh, baby, yeah. All right, over to George's office. George wakes up from his nap to a ringing alarm clock, and he goes through this little routine under his desk turns off a reading lamp, closes doors and shelves to hide compartments, and sips some coffee, eventually grabs his jacket and heads out.
Lunch.
Dude, I could only dream of a little, I don't know, cozy spot like this as a kid. Whenever my parents got like a new fridge or a washing machine, I'd have a box to play with for, a couple of months. And I would spend hours just like hanging out in there. It sounds weird, but I'd have my toys. I'd have like, some books. Once I like connected, blankets to a bunch of boxes and connected them to the TV. It's like I had my own lair.
Okay. Your own little fortress of solitude.
Yeah. I guess you don't have those sorts of memories. You probably were outside playing with friends.
I will say the first weekend that Kelly and I spent together was during a snowstorm, a blizzard. And I had this big, those Kohl's like super mega blankets that are fleece, but they're huge.
The big one.
Yeah, the big one.
It's called? Yeah.
The big XL or the King or something. We created a little fort of our own in my living room. Yeah, risky business. But it was so much fun because we're just, a guy and a girl playing. But yeah, it was fun because we made our own little fort.
Nice. We should do that next time we're over. Just you and me, though.
Of course. Girls over there.
All right, let's cut back to the seaport. Kramer is putting on his swimming gear when Hal surprises him on a pier.
Kramer.
Hey.
Can I talk to you a minute?
Yeah, sure. Oh, boy.
Kitzmiller.
Yeah, that's it.
You and Elaine are pretty close.
Oh, we go back a ways.
And you've, how do I put this? You've been in her bed.
That's right.
But this isn't still going on.
No. She put a stop to that.
That's all I needed to know. So, you actually swim in this thing?
Oh, yeah. Exercises every muscle in the body. It's great for the back.
Great for the back. Right.
4 hours in this jump and I'm a full inch taller. Giddy up!
He doesn't even dive in. It's like a belly flop.
Yeah, but his legs go akimbo. But he sells it because this is a blue screened scene.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And God, they've improved them so much since the rock climbing days.
Yes.
Of
rock
what was
climbing.
That? The stall. Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, we hear Hal ask if he can speak with Kramer, and yet again, Kramer cannot find the name, and
oh boy,
Hal has to inform him it's Kitzmiller.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it.
Love that. Great running joke this episode.
Mm-hmm. He is forgettable, isn't he?
So we get a lot of that's it. That's right. Because again, how do I put this? You've been in her bed. That's right. Anyways, that's the only reason I wanted to play that clip, pretty much.
Sure.
Next scene, we're at George's office. Steinbrenner stops by to tell him that he remembered the Heartbreaker tune, finally. No one is there, and it doesn't take Steinbrenner long to hear the ticking under George's desk. What's his reaction?
Oh, fire in a hole!
Yes, so of course it's the alarm clock that George shut off after his nap, but Big Stein thinks it's the bomb that we've been talking about all episode. Something I noticed when Steinbrenner enters George's office, we get a different angle. We get an angle from the hallway looking in, and we actually see the fourth wall, usually where the camera would be.
Yeah.
And what I found interesting is that George's desk is right up against that wall. So
okay. Oh, okay.
So in reality, George's office is very small, Like the usual set, I don't know, kind of gives it the illusion that it goes on forever, really.
Right.
But from this angle, it's pretty tight.
I didn't pick up on that. I'll have to take notice next time. Mm-hmm. I found a little continuity error myself in the next scene.
Oh, interesting. Is this the one in Elaine's apartment or when we return to...
Elaine's apartment.
Okay, well, let's get through the scene here. Elaine is struggling to slide her funky mattress down the hall and almost gets it to the door when it falls over, trapping her to the ground. Are you all right?
Yeah, I was just doing my Elaine there.
What do you got?
Now, you hear a galonk, right? To signify Elaine hitting the floor. She threw her back went out.
Soft rumple, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so first of all, the mattress, falls, but it doesn't fall down all the way. It's propped up against the wall. So that's my first gripe. But if you look very closely, as the mattress is falling and Elaine's falling out of frame, once it hits the wall, you see Elaine's hand or Julia's hand still on the mattress. She never let go of that mattress.
Ah.
So, I mean, behind the curtain, I'm assuming somebody caught her, or she didn't fall, obviously she didn't fall completely to the ground, but you still see her hand grasping the mattress. Does that make sense?
Interesting, yeah. So are you saying that there's no way that the mattress could have fallen on her in the later scene?
Yeah, because of the way it's shot, it looks like it's still propped up and she's on the ground, and then the next scene we see that it's on top of her, but I'm saying, she didn't, they probably had people there to hold her, which is obvious because, she's not going to fall on the ground anyway.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's more the hand. The hand is what I see. But you notice her hand is still clutching the bed. That's what I was getting at.
So she is pregnant. Julia.
I sound like an idiot right now.
No, you're great. She was pregnant at the time. So yeah, I wondered, how did they handle the scene? Did she fall onto a padding or like you said, did someone maybe catch her? But it makes you wonder though, how did the mattress eventually fall on her if it's caught on the wall or on the frame there?
That's what I'd like to know about.
All right, well, we'll find out here in the next scene. Jerry is telling Conrad that he wants his kitchen back to the way it was, and Conrad, of course, is not happy.
I don't get you, Seinfeld. You want something one day, the next day you don't like it. I mean, come on, man. Make a decision.
Yeah.
Good for you, Conrad. I'm with you.
Or I'm not with you. What should I be? Should I be with you or not against you? Elaine calls from under the mattress and can't move because she threw her back out. She needs Jerry's help, and when Jerry tells Conrad he has to go,
stay, whatever.
I like Conrad more in the beginning. I don't like this Conrad here.
Oh, really? This is like falling down Conrad. He's had it with everybody.
Yeah. Now over to the seaport. Kramer shows up for another swim, but now there are a ton of people on the pier to do the same thing.
Hey, Kramer! What's going on? I told my chiropractor how great swimming in the river made my back feel. He recommended it to all his patients.
Step aside.
He just sunk like a stone, didn't he?
I love that little guy.
Yeah, the old man.
Step aside.
This old man is played by Sid Newman. He passed away in 2001. He was in The Wedding Singer as well as a regular member of the Larry Sanders Show.
Very cool.
It got me wondering, though, have we ever discussed if Newman had a first name and what it could potentially be? Because Sid sounds pretty cool.
Sid Newman.
Maybe this is Newman's father and Newman's a junior.
If Newman did have a first name, I like the name Sid. Mm. But we do have a few other Sids on the show. So.
That's true. Or if we kind of take a page out of It's Always Sunny's book, we could make Newman's first name Paul. No, you don't like that? All right, just finish your... Go to the next scene.
Next scene, we're in Steinbrenner's office. A bomb disposal robot has been sent into George's office while Steinbrenner, George, and the bomb squad watch on like a monitor there. The whole time, Steinbrenner is getting really worked up, about the whole experience. When he sees the Godzilla statue?
What is that, Mothra?
Yeah, confuses it with Mothra. He orders the robot to search every drawer, and when the robot opens the first one, we get one of the most beloved Steinbrenner lines.
Empty calories and male curiosity, eh, Georgie? You used that line a week or two ago when there was some news that came out over a certain senator.
Yeah. The guy that looks like Kevin from The Office.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
The Office?
They take Ted Cruz's face and they put it on Kevin, like they swap them and they look exactly the same.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what is in the drawer exactly?
Well, first things first, my eyes dart to that Playboy magazine featuring Elle Macpherson.
Heyo.
Is there a backgammon board underneath that magazine by any chance?
Do you think after the suicide, right?
Yeah.
Whenever Kramer went to the Cayman Islands, played nude backgammon with Elle Macpherson.
Nude bottles, backgammon.
Do you think like George has always like tried to relive that fantasy?
Absolutely. He's always chasing Kramer's coattails.
All right, what other things do we have in there? There's some candy.
Big Hunk candy bar. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Big Hunk.
It sounded really weird.
I was going to save that one for last, but I always thought it was a Hershey's bar. It kind of has the same design.
Okay.
And then I thought it was a fake candy bar that you'd create for a TV show because you didn't get clearance, but you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Like cola
So is Big Hunk real?
Big Hunk is a real candy bar. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's made by the Annabelle Candy Company. It's got roasted peanuts covered in honey sweetened nougat.
So next time I'm in New York, let's get a Big Hunk.
Okay. I've actually never seen them.
Nor have I, but I'm in
bodegas.
I'm intrigued now.
The other two candies I think are pretty mainstream.
Yes, there's a Nutrageous and some Chewy Runts.
Mm-hmm.
Also a Yo-Yo.
Yeah. That was a bit on Jerry's stand-up on Netflix.
It was.
Anyways.
Guys, watch it. Turn off the podcast. You don't need to finish it. Watch Seinfeld special now.
And then come back.
Yeah, whatever.
Or not, if you want. Ball's in your court.
It's up to you. Yeah.
One of the police officers sees some compartments underneath, so they let it rip, and the robot slices through the desk with this chainsaw that just came out of nowhere.
I'll tell you what, George. Starting tomorrow, no more desks. Just a lucite table and 4 legs.
So we got some fun trivia to talk about here.
So you mentioned the bomb detecting robot at the top of the scene. Not just any bomb detecting robot, but the SP-2000. And we learned that SP is going to stand for Stephen Padnick, who is Glenn Padnick's son.
That is
and
so
Glenn
cool,
Padnick, yeah, Glenn Padnick is the... What is he on the show? I forget.
He's an executive at Castle Rock. And,
that's the one.
You know, he's been there since the beginning. Did that number, or that SP-2000, ring any bells?
Oh, boy. So we got the... Commando 8, we got 12,000 BTUs, we got, what else?
The Commando 8 is the air conditioner?
Air conditioner, exactly. Oh, man. We got shower heads.
Commando 450.
Commando 450.
So for trivia out there for our listeners, there's another iconic Seinfeld prop that is referred to as the SP-2000. And
oh, really?
Yeah. And Vinny, do you know that it was actually the title of an episode? So that's a hint. And we have not gotten to it yet.
Is it this season or next season?
Next season.
Oh, man.
Think of
I'm bad with my
Kruger.
titles. Oh, the slicer.
Yeah, the slicer that Kramer gets in the episode. The slicer is called the SP-2000.
Wow, that is some fascinating trivia, Feldman.
I wish they called it like the SP-2001. You know,
that'd be cool because then you would know it came from the same company.
Like the shower head and the air conditioner.
Yeah, exactly. New from Commando. Next on the trivia docket, we have the return of an actor, Mike Scribba. He previously played the police officer in The Parking Space. He now comes back to complete his double dip, a pretty long double dip, as he plays the bomb squad guy.
Yeah, he's the one with the mustache. I like that we've gotten him as well because his partner in The Parking Space double dipped in the comeback episode. He's one of the employees at Yankee Studios.
That's pretty cool, though, that both of those guys had really long spans between their appearances. So they may be among the deepest double dips, if you will, in the series.
Maybe.
Yeah. Puffy.
All right, let's cut over to the East River Kramer is trying to swim while competing with all these new swimmers, hogging his path, and he starts yelling at them. They're all
watch where you're kicking!
All splashing. This is a flabby-armed spanking machine. When who bumps into him?
One Elaine Marie Bennis.
Elaine. And she's loving this workout since it's helping with her back. So she just, kicks away.
She got a little paddle board.
Yeah. See you at the coffee shop.
She is kicking all over the place. Mm-hmm. Paying no attention to her surroundings and getting in Kramer's space. But that's okay.
It's a huge river. You think Kramer would find his own path.
One would think.
And let's cut over the final scene here in Jerry's apartment. The cabinets are back to normal, right?
Yeah.
Conrad fixed them. But did you ever feel like something is off?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the color or something seemed unique. Maybe the hinges changed.
So for years, I'm like, there's something different about these, but I just never figured it out or really gave it much thought. Jerry's cabinets.
Oh, they were glass.
Exactly. You could see through them.
They needed to be dark because of the joke we're about to.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess Jerry has to get his cabinets fixed again before next week's episode, but they're all like solid wood, no glass. George enters and asks Connie if Jerry is around.
No, and I prefer Conrad.
You like this guy?
Love him. I say more Conrad. Bring him back next week.
Well, Conrad heard what happened to the desk he made, and he's not happy about his work getting destroyed. So as he heads out, George stays behind, and later Jerry arrives home. Things are back.
No. Sorry. You said, what did you say about Conrad?
He's not happy, right, about the desk getting destroyed? Like, he seemed a little irritated.
Oh, the desk. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I like that he's just like, yeah, well, whatever.
Oh, yeah. He does.
That's what I wanted to get to.
George, starts saying, yeah, I love that. It was really cozy. Yeah, whatever.
Well, yeah, exactly. See ya. Love this guy, man.
So George stays behind, and later when Jerry comes home, he's like, everything's back to normal.
Not bad for $4,000.
And he opens a cabinet to put away some Pop-Tarts, and boom, there's George inside taking a nap. Jerry closes the door, pauses for a second, and opens the cabinet again, taking out the Pop-Tarts.
Can't believe I got the low-fat. Stage freeze. Awesome little episode there.
Do you feel like that ending there is meant to be as cheesy as possible?
Yeah.
Okay. It's supposed to be stupid.
Now, of course. Well, Jerry doesn't see that Jerry doesn't see that George is in there, and George is even waking up. Kind of the light's been shining into his little nook there. But yeah, it's a little throwaway joke to end what is a wonderful show.
There's like a little, it's a little extra cheesy, cheesy crust when Jerry says, "I can't believe I got the low fat." It's like Police Squad where he just kind of freezes. I don't think the film freezes. He's just standing there posing.
Yes. Hold.
So, what do you think?
So, Matt, how much you like this episode? This much?
Oh, no. Like this?
Like this?
Yeah, more like that.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's been Seincast for this week. No, I really like this episode. I don't know where it would fall in my overall season ranking, but somewhere right in the middle, I think, right in that meaty part of the curve. Not much to complain about other than, I don't find Kramer's storyline all that fulfilling. I think it's a great premise, but I think they should have gone all the way and done the barnacles and
you're a closet barnacle fan, aren't you?
The manatees. I mean that's pretty insane, but it makes me chuckle. But
yeah,
I think the George storyline, taking a nap under his desk, is gold. That's a great measure, I think, of just enough wackiness. But at the same time, I could see a George from I don't know, Rick Barr Properties doing that.
Exactly.
It's a little out there, but it still walks that line. And yeah, I enjoyed Conrad. I don't think I'm as gaga about him as you are, but I think he's a pretty funny, single shot character, if only for the this. Yeah, more like that. But what about you?
Yeah, this was a fun ride down season 8. Among the more enjoyable episodes for me, and I do think you hit the nail on the head when you said Cavett and Robin have they've kind of walk this line of zany versus, throwback to the Seinfeld of yore. So they're like capturing the essence of Seinfeld. Like there was some small, minutia kind of stuff that I really liked, as well as the big grand, Kramer swimming in East River, and it was a delicate balance that I really enjoyed. And the return of George Steinbrenner as well as Larry David is kind of what brought this episode over the top for me.
Right. I think if you didn't have the whole Steinbrenner stuff, this would have been middle of the road, maybe bottom half of season 8. But yeah, he certainly elevates it, and it's I don't know. I'd have to look at all of his performances, but he's got some killer lines this week. So
yes, he does.
This might be one of the finest Steinbrenner episodes.
Absolutely. And not only do you get some great Steinbrenner lines, you get some great Kramer lines with the Langer hands. And
that's right.
Yeah. So very fun this week.
Oh, for sure. I don't, just going through all the characters, I don't find Elaine's storyline all that memorable, only because her boyfriend is sort of
it's a big dull dud.
It's a bit of a dud. Adult.
That's like
dud.
That's what the character's supposed to be. So he does well. But it's the puns is what you remember.
Yeah. I mean, not much really to say. I think again, Steinbrenner is the highlight, and you got some a nice balance between the wacky and the grounded, and yeah, I think that's about it.
I'm also riding a high from the new Seinfeld special, which is on Netflix. So tune in.
Have we promoted that enough already?
Yeah, and we're not even getting paid for this.
Yeah, well, what's our cut on that?
All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We are discussing the 19th episode of Season 8, Yada Yada.
Yada what?
Yada, yada, yada.
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
What's that ticking? Oh. Oh, fire in the hole!